What's up, guys? Welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. And you might be noticing something a little bit different. I'm trying something new with the camera here. And we can move this all around. It's following my face. It's gyroscopic, some cool ass stuff, you guys. But I'm doing something a little bit different here because today's video is also a little bit different from what we normally do. Because I've been hearing more and more, you guys ask for, styling videos, pickup videos, haul videos, but I'm gonna do those things in my way. So I wanna teach you guys, I wanna have some fun, I wanna be humorous, I hope, and make you laugh, even though I'm not funny at all according to the mean commenters down there. Stop being so mean. We're fine. I'm fine. I don't care about the haters. But anyway, we've got a haul today, you guys. I'm just trying to figure out how to stay on my face. Camera, stay on my face. Follow my face. Hello? Oh, okay. Today we have two pairs of pants. Yes, and we are going to be tackling some of the age-old questions. So we have a pair of pants from SUNNEI. SUNNEI? I'll look that up before I start doing the next take. I've actually never heard this brand's name said out loud, but they're really, really cool. So these are very wide, very flowing, and very minimalist. So we've got this, and we're going to be pitting these against another pair of pants from the one and only Jeremy Scott. Yes, of Moschino, but this was his own label, Jeremy Scott. He did some really cool stuff with this brand. And these ones, they are much more slim, they are loud, so very, very kind of American and brash, you know what I mean? So we got that dichotomy going on, you guys. Minimalist, flowing, big versus thin, loud. Oh my God, guys. Which one's gonna win? And don't worry, I'm also gonna show you how to wear these, how to style these, how to make them look good. So let's fucking do this thing. But first, I've looked into it, and a very, very small percentage of you are actually subscribed to the channel. It's completely free. Just press that button and you will not regret it. Thank you so much. So there we have them. There are both of them. You can really see the kind of juxtaposition right next to each other there. So as we can see, we've got the Jeremy Scott over here and the SUNNEI. I think I looked it up. That seems to be the best guess I've got there on the pronunciation. SUNNEI pants on the left here. And we're not going to go as crazy as we normally do, checking out every little detail. But hey, there's some cool pants. We got to give them their due and look at some of the cool, unique elements here. So for Jeremy Scott over here, we've got a pair of camo skinny jeans. Look at that colorway. Those are so sick. And of course, all over them, Jeremy Scott, he loves his cartoons. So all over it, you've got these kind of canvas patches with these kind of motifs all over them. So as I mentioned, very, very loud, very in your face, very Jeremy Scott, right? You've got some awesome details like the kind of logo printing in here with the Jeremy Scott logo there. Jeremy Scott jeans, all about it. And as I mentioned, this is from his own personal label, not Moschino. And these are a size 46 Italian, so roughly translating to a small. They feel like about a 30 waist to me. And these are primarily made of cotton and made in Italy, so some good solid ass craftsmanship here, which you always love to see in a pair of pantaloons. You want to look good, you know what I mean? You want them to be well crafted. So yes, please, Mr. Scott, thank you very much. And as we mentioned here, you follow these down. These legs, they are tapering hardcore. That is a skinny ass pair of pants. And we'll talk a bit about the fit later, but you can see I've got to cuff them because when it comes to the super fancy ass fashion jeans, I'm just too short, and I'm not even that sort of a guy. I'm 5'10", but I swear to God, fashion company pants, they're made for 6'7" monsters. I swear to God. Alright, and now it's time to talk about SUNNEI. So this is an Italian kind of streetwear brand, but very much on the luxury end of the spectrum. They use the same kind of manufacturers for the fabrics as Prada and Jill Sander and companies like that. And they have a very very kind of minimalist, free-flowing kind of style. I would liken it to, yeah, like Jill Sander, maybe a bit of Loewe in there as well. And also, I would say you would be forgiven for thinking they were an Asian company. They have a kind of Korean, Japanese type feel with these silhouettes, especially when it comes to their pants, because if you look at those legs, they are wide. Those are some wide pants. You got the wide pants, baby, tonight. I told you that this video is going to be funny, and I'm going to force it. I don't care. If it's not coming off funny enough, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Anyway, these are a much softer fabrication here. Like, I'm actually curious. I'm gonna guess they're cotton, but they have an almost fleecy feel to them. And they are a nice kind of light muted blue with these white pinstripes going through. And if you follow them up, you have these crazy drawstrings. They're a bit elasticated, kind of like bungee cord, and then you can cinch them shut with this plastic piece here. It's one of the most interesting elements I've seen for closing an elasticated waist pair of pants in a really long time. But you also have belt loops here as well, if you want to close them up the old-fashioned way and be just like a boring boomer, you know? So these ones, they are tagged a size small, as you can see, and that's pretty much how they fit. I'd say the waist is actually a little bit on the big side, but with this guy, you can kind of cinch them shut, nice and good, have them clamp your waist. And I also think it's helpful, like, you can wear them pretty high on the waist too and pull off some really wild looks and fits with these, so I'm all about that. And these were also made in Italy, so we're only talking about the finest of pantaloons here today, you guys. I don't do it halfway. It's all Italy for me. Well, I mean, also America makes some good stuff. Portugal makes some good stuff. It's not just Italy for me, but right today it's Italy for me. And I was curious about that fabrication, and it turns out it is 100% cotton. Nailed it. All right, and now I think it's time to try these on, see how they fit, see kind of like where they sit, how they feel, things like that. And then we'll start doing the styling and putting the fits together, and I'll show you how to actually utilize these pants to their fullest. We're gonna squeeze every last drop of potential out of these pantaloons, my friends. Don't you worry. All right, starting with SUNNEI, I just wore these bad boys out to the post office here, so I've got a little bit of info on them. Started to figure out the best way to wear them, and yeah, these are super soft, super comfortable, super airy. Like, they flow with you. I'm about it, you guys. So the first thing you're gonna want to make sure is you're gonna want to make sure that you wear them in the right place. So I would suggest you wear them like just below the belly button there. And I know that's kind of a weird thing for the hype beasts among us to do. We're not really used to that. It's kind of a foreign idea. But the thing is, that makes them fall in the right place on the kind of bottom there, right? I suppose you could pull them down, right, to where you normally wear like a pair of jeans, like around the hips or something. But then suddenly you look down and it's a mess down here. Everything's crumpled up. Just this silhouette gets totally ruined, you guys. Now, talking about our boy Jeremy Scott, it is a much simpler proposition, right? It's a pair of jeans. We all know how to wear a pair of jeans. So if we take a look down here, we can wear these just over the hips, just like you normally would. They fit super well. They fit like a size 30. But as I mentioned earlier, well, first off, we can take a look. You can see that taper there. They're super skinny. And we can see that they're cuffed down there as well. And that's just because I guess I'm not tall enough for them. You guys, you could always kind of get them tailored or something like that. You could get the length edited, but I'm fine cuffing stuff. I think it's a good look. I'm still a fan of skinny jeans with the right look and everything. I think it's very flattering, right? So I have no issues there. But these guys, they're actually very thin, very breathable. They're not nearly as stiff as many kind of new pairs of jeans would be, or you'd expect them to be. So right out of the gate, they're super comfortable and super wearable. They have like the right amount of stretch and everything. They're not uncomfortable at all to wear, so I'm happy with that. But now we've got to talk about how to actually wear these things and how to make them look good, right? Because it's one thing to just throw them on, but especially with these pants for very different reasons, putting the actual fit together can be a really difficult proposition. You might just end up looking silly, and none of us want that. We all want to be taken seriously as the very, very cool and tasteful hype beasts that we are, right? Now, as far as choosing your color for what to wear, I would strongly, strongly, strongly advise you to become very familiar with the concept of a color wheel, specifically a complementary color wheel. So you can just Google that. It'll look like a wheel with lots of different colors on it, but it's going to help you out a lot. Of course, we all know that matching is matching. If something matches in color, it's going to work with whatever other pieces you've got. But what the color wheel helps with is choosing complementary colors. So if you've got a color on one side of the wheel, the color on the opposite side of it is going to match with it really, really well. So if you look at the wheel, like on the opposite side of blue, you've got your kind of oranges and stuff like that. On the opposite side of your greens, you've got your purples and whatnot. So this is going to be super, super helpful for you putting together fits. And if you're not really a color person, you don't have a huge closet full of all sorts of different colors, that's totally fine, because simple blacks or whites will go really well with just about anything. So talking about Jeremy Scott, wearing the hoodie that I've got on right now will actually work just fine, because this is like a dark, olive army green, right? And that means I'm kind of matchy-matchy with my green, brown camo pants down here. So that's no issue there. But again, that's the coward's way out, you guys. We don't want to always be matchy-matchy, so let's find something that works with our complementary colors that we have just learned. Remember, greens pair really well with purples. So right here we have an awesome, like muted purple Children of the Discordance crew neck sweatshirt, and that muted purple works so well with the greens and browns of the camo pants. It's just like, I couldn't go with anything else. This is it for me. And then the question becomes, what about footwear? Yeah, what are we gonna do with our little feeties? Oh my god, well, I have always said that skinny pants pair really, really well with chunky sneakers, because that taper of the leg giving way to just big ass shoes is a great look in my opinion. So I am gonna go with some Maison Margiela retro fit sneakers. These things are huge, chunky as hell. I think they're gonna work really well. There's a bit of black in the camo on the pants too, so I think it's gonna work out. And then finally, maybe it's kind of cold out there. You wanna keep yourself protected from the elements. You don't want to get any frostbite like that weird movie with Liam Neeson and the wolves in the Arctic that I never saw, so I have no idea if frostbite has anything to do with that. Maybe you need some outerwear. And I'm really feeling something kind of techie here, because I think that'll go really well both with the technical aspects of those Margiela sneakers, but also just with the kind of streetwear vibes that we've got with both the camo Jeremy Scott pants and the Children of the Discordance sweatshirt. So I've got this really awesome Y3 overcoat, super techie, super like Keanu Reeves in the Matrixy, so I think that'll work really well. You just give that sweatshirt a nice little French tuck. It's a great little trick that any hypebeast should have in their back pocket. Although I guess it's more of the front waist seam rather than a back pocket for the French tuck. Anyway, yeah, and that pulls together the whole look, and I think we're done. That's it. That's how you style these dang old maximalist, crazy camo skinny jeans. And now we've got to move on to talking about SUNNEI, those pants, because these are very different and they're going to call for some very, very different styles. So remember, we just went from the loudest of the loud pants to now really minimalist pants outside of those, the fit. That silhouette is very maximal, but the vibe, it's much more laid back, it's airy, it's European, you know what I mean? So I would say that takes us in a slightly different direction, because if we looked at our color wheel, the pants are kind of a muted light blue color, and if we look at our color wheel, that would tell us that our best complementary color is some sort of orange. But I actually think in this case, it will serve us well to take it down a notch, right? So instead of just going with the loud complementary colors, which worked really well for the camo pants, for this, I think we should stick with a simple white or black. And I'm feeling like a straightforward long sleeve t-shirt here. So I was just rummaging through my closet and I found the perfect candidate here in this Vetements logo t-shirt. I think this is really cool and I think it'll give us some great opportunities to build off of. So as I said, for the SUNNEI pants, really you gotta wear them high up at the waist, and for that reason I think we should absolutely be tucking our shirt in to show off the kind of interesting way that we're gonna wear these pants. So tuck in that t-shirt and give it a bit of looseness so it kind of flows over that waistband a little bit. That's the ideal way to do this, I'd say. So I think that's working out really well so far, but the question then becomes, where do you go for footwear? And I actually thought long and hard about this. Remember how I said, to me, these pants have a slightly free-flowing, like Asian, almost like Comme des Garçons kind of feel? So I thought a style more in that vein would be really cool. So I chose to go with these Suicoke, like espadrille sandal things. They're really cool. Loafers, I don't even know what you call them. But I think that'll give us a really good effect, moving from the black at the top to the blue-gray of the pants down to a cream white for the shoes. So you've got this really nice transitioning effect going downwards on the body. Not to mention that these shoes, between the espadrilles, they've got a kind of like Greek mixed with Asian vibe that I think works really well with the pants. And then finally, we've got to talk about our layering, our outerwear. We did it for the last one, so now we've got to do it for this one, even though I think these are some great summer pants where you'd just be going out as I just showed with just the t-shirt and the pants and the, espadrille, stuff like that. But hey, we all want to layer, especially putting together looks. Layering is the best thing that you can do. So I thought long and hard about this. I racked my brain. I went through my closets. I just tore things apart over here, okay? And I decided that the best move would be a nice cardigan, which is probably the most underappreciated layering element, especially for a knit, that I can think of. Like, get yourself some goddamn cardigans, please, people. They will save your life. They will change your life, okay? So, I know they're not the most loved brand, but can we see the heart here? I'll move it out of the way with my face. Yeah, we've got a Comme des Garçons play cardigan here, and it's a gray. I think it'll match up really, really well with the kind of blue-gray of the pants, and just add a nice bit of flowiness to go with those pants as well. So I'm super excited about this one. So there you have it. I look like a dripped out grandpa, and I wouldn't have it any other way, you guys. So that's how you style these pieces. We've got two very, very, very different pairs of pants here, and I think I put together two really wild fits for them, and I'm super happy with that. I would be totally down going out into the world, dripping it all over the place. That's disgusting, especially in the world of COVID, also unsanitary. Don't drip all over the place out in the world, okay? I won't do that, I'm sorry. So anyway, what about the question that I put in the title of this video? So, wide versus skinny, maximal versus minimal for these pants, who wins? Well, actually, I'm not ready to pick a winner there. That's just a bit of clickbait for you. You got debated, okay? I think there's a great use for both of these styles, as you can see. I'm happy with both these fits. I think I look good in both these fits, and I think you would too. But also, have fun. Go through your closets. Figure out what works. But make sure you have that variety in your pantaloons downstairs to make sure that you can facilitate those wild, drippy fits. I'll see you next time. Make sure you look at the other video on screen here, like this video, and I'll see you later, guys.